Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today deck that is possibly the most powerful combo deck in Standard right now, and it might not change until next expansion, so you probably want to see this one before it gets you. We are playing against top 42nd Mythic player in the world. This will be a truly epic game, so I think you will love it, and yeah, we'll talk more in the outro, so enjoy and have fun! And start cycling some cards. We'll see, we need to find all combo pieces, so, you know, this can be good. And with stock ups and untapped mana, we don't need this one probably. But our opponent definitely knows how to play Magic, so they probably already know everything. Which means that with the mirror, they will play more cautiously, trying to go around Kona a little bit. They are unloading all the tap. They didn't pay the life even. Oh boy. So we go for the Verge, stock up. Priority is super important. Oh man, we actually missed. Do we need station? I believe we do. And I'll take Marang because it can be cast at Dance Step, which is a little bit easier for us. Then we can try to be sneaky. Yeah, I think with Dragonstorms they should know what the deck is. So, they kinda know that we can win on the next turn potentially. Oh, Commune with Evil. It's been a while since I played this card. So, is that Reanimator of some sort? Let's see, I'm really curious about the cards in the graveyard. Usually you don't see this card played. It's kinda cool, but very, very slow. Oh man, it kinda feels like a combo deck of some sort. I'm actually not sure. So we could try... I think we need to stock up again. Our opponent is playing super confidently, and I think they should know what we play. We'll take this and what? I mean, if we need the Tapland, we'll take this one, I guess. Here's the Tapland for this turn. And what do we discard? This might be a different deck, so I will go for this. It still might be a bit of a mistake, but I don't see any creatures. We are at 20, so we probably don't need 1 mana removal. Yep. And now they are never tapping again, trying to control the battlefield. But they don't know about the Cavern. So that's a little bit for us, that's a little bit better. Let's go for Archive. This will be hard. I think they have counter spells here. Marang goes a little bit better around counter spells, but we could Marang at the end step and then go Voice into this. They have to counter Voice, so then we can play this. What is their punishment? For probably playing Marang. Alright, so I'm playing this so they cannot play Marang and get better cards and more counter spells, but it's very rough. It could be Rapture deck. But I don't know why they play this. Maybe just for the life gain. Yeah, as you can see, we will not resolve. We needed to be a little bit faster with the combo, I think. I fear we might miss the spot for resolving a spell. If they play Spelljar, this deck is probably super packed with counter spells. I think that this deck is probably more packed with counter spells than normal control decks. And on turn 6 they will Rapture, and on turn 7 they will mill us with Monument probably. I don't see why, so that's probably the strategy. They're going for them. Yeah, they know what the deck does. We absolutely will try to take our lone planes. I'm really happy we have one, but it's looking a little bit grim. And as you can see, double blue into a colorless, which seems like 3 steps ahead, negate, and potentially some 2 mana, counter spell. We actually don't even have combo right now. On the bright side, we can play uncounterable spells. The problem is that Rupture is on the next turn, so I think what we will do is drop this, go Voice of Victory, and then go Marang. And some of this needs to resolve. I think this will die in 10,000 ways, so this won't be very meaningful, but maybe it's a counter spell. It doesn't, so it will probably get but that's something. Maybe they tap 2 mana, and when we play Marang, maybe they tap the rest. We still don't have Omniscience, we don't have Kona, so this is a bit problematic. We literally need the whole combo, we need to find it. Virtue. Really good play for our opponent. Very efficient. But this is a weird deck. So far, I'm not sure what we are playing against, but it should be a Rapture deck. which means they probably play also Monument. But it's a different build than the usual. So I will spam Marangs, but it's not looking great. They have counter spells, we do not. This Cavern is like our only way to go around it. I don't think we need Starting Town here, but this is a better... Maybe it should be Sim Rip. We cannot combo with Omniscience. So this is important. If this resolves, they cannot counter a spell, so they kinda need to react to this. Alright, I mean, that's an interesting one. So we take Kona. They cannot get rid of this. They cannot cast spells right now. So everything we play is uncounterable. So here's Kona. They know what the strategy is, so it shouldn't matter too much. They won't attack us, so it doesn't matter. I guess we can go for this. No reason not to. It's not the biggest deal, but, you know, you can only go upwards from here. And we are not showing Cavern of Souls. If you play Cavern of Souls here, you will probably lose the game, because they will Demolition Field it, then you don't have Cavern, and then when you play Kona, they counter it. We still need to find Omniscience, that's the big problem. That is the big problem, because we can put any permanent, but it's not the right permanent. So if they go Rapture right now, we cannot punish them. We probably need one more turn. Man, if we had Omniscience here, it would be infinitely better. Because right now they are still busy with Voice of Victory, with the spacecraft. So they have like multiple problems and they probably have to tap at some point to answer them. But later, when this dies, probably on this turn, this might stay, but they might also remove it maybe. And this Voice of Victory to stay. Then we are guaranteed to win on the next turn. Yep. As expected, unfortunately. 5 mana to go, so it's still... Yeah, it feels like they have 3 steps ahead since like 5 turns. Yep. So what can we do? Next turn they can go Rapture into a counter spell, but not a powerful one. Life doesn't matter here, so we can just pay. It has to be Marang. And we will probably cast it if they tap it the end step. We don't show this. This is incredibly important. Treasure. Correct. Because they know the creatures do not matter. It's all about, you know, outplaying on the big turn. So we need to play this and try to find Omniscience. We actually missed fully. That's really bad. This can hit the monument, right? I really don't want to show this, to be honest. Okay, I need to think if they are the type of player that would just smack it in the board. Well, they would. They would, if they know that they have to. I think we go like this. Mana is important in this matchup, but not incredibly important. Like, you have uncounterable spells, so you can kinda ignore every, like, mana-based counter spell, which means that you don't need as much mana. And your spells are free if you resolve the combo. Alright, so this is a big turn. As you can see, they're keeping Demolition Field in case we play Station or something. Or potentially Cavern of Souls. And they still keep double blue mana and they will probably play a land. I don't believe they played a land on this turn. I think they should have more, exactly. But this one is Chorus, but okay. Oh no. Honestly, it's not the end of the world, but they will take the Dragonstorm, because that's the only card that matters here, and it's actually kinda important. I needed this card. So we need to top deck something good right now. Yep. Simrip can only get rid of 1 mana, basically. Monument too, but when they play it, it means they have another one in the hand, probably. Voice of Victory. If I had Omniscience, I would win the game here. Okay, so I could go... Because with this they cannot play spells, right? And I can make this uncounterable. So it goes into battlefield, then they cannot play anything, and then we go for Kona. The problem is we have nothing to take. We can take Zegana, draw cards, but then we cannot do anything with them, because we don't have Omniscience. So that's really bad, honestly. I could try to draw more for the next turns, Yeah, I think we cannot. I think the game is slipping away. Like, we actually need to draw Omniscience, and we didn't. In half of the. What? In half of the deck, we didn't hit a single Omniscience. Well, I mean, there you go. There you go. This is the play, believe or not. Because we literally need to pray for Omniscience from the top or something that lets us draw. That's why this Dragonstorm discard was absolutely devastating. This would give us basically 2 extra turns, and if this resolved, there is a chance we would hit Omniscience on this turn and win. That's fine. Like, there's not much I can do. They can always do this play. My only chance is to draw the missing combo piece before they finish the game. Because they actually cannot interact with this, I believe. At least I would guess they cannot. Duress is painful, but at least now it doesn't hit anything, so we don't need to play around it. Man, like, it's actually kinda rough that we didn't hit Omniscience in literal half a deck, because I think we would win this game like multiple times. This is fine. They're trying to control the hand. The next play would be 2 mana, so they can go for the removal, the betrayal. So they see the hand, they should realize that if we draw the missing piece, we win the game. And I wonder if that will change their game plan a little bit. I'm not sure if they've seen the voice of Victor, right? With previous duress, I think... Okay, guys, I think we won the game. I think we actually won the game. So, human. Man, no way. We finally drew it. Which means we can play Voice of Victory. And they cannot interact with it. They have priority because they can activate all the lands and stuff. But they cannot cast it. We won! We be top 42nd Mythic player in the world. Yep, this should be, I believe, the winning combo. With Zegana, I think we can find the remaining pieces. Now we can go for Kona. And they're like... No way, bro. You actually drew 1 card and it's Omniscience. And we are like, yes, bro, we are good at Magic. They cannot cast removal right now. I don't need to tap more. We are not getting to 7 anyway, right? So, let's go to second. We cannot mess it up. 1 mistake and we are losing the game. Because we only have this 1 shot. 1 opportunity. I think we can play... It doesn't matter, right? Greatest power. It will be 4. So I mean, this is as much as we will draw. Guys, we need to hit like Marangs, Dragonstorms, stuff that keeps chaining value. It's still not fully over because we can miss here. We only do what? 5 cards. Yep, our opponent is nice enough to just... Alright, I believe with this we won. This is nearly full combo. So we go for Roxanne. Our opponent is staying because they need to see the combo. So our opponent is super cool about it. This is probably as good as it gets. And we can pay the kicker, I believe. So we actually need this 2 mana. Man, this is crazy. We actually need this 2 mana. And now we can probably find all the remaining pieces. Marang. This one can get something. You cannot mess up. If you mess up, you might still lose this. We get Marang and the Dragonstorm. This will be the most card advantage we can get. Let's go this. Man, when you get the combo, the game just starts, you know? This is fun. Alright, and with this we can start trying to hit the... You know what? We can actually just go with this. This is good enough. Oh, we have multiple Marangs. I believe that's it. Yeah, so... Man, that was incredibly close, and we won this game because of Omniscience draw. It took us half a deck, but we actually won. Man, this was a game, wasn't it? In case that they want to play a 2-drop that doesn't, you know, pump this, maybe we can save some damage, you know, by paying 1 life. But maybe it will give us more time. We probably will play it as a 3-drop, basically. Alright, this is good. This is good. See, they wasted damage, which is nice. And every turn from now on, it's like free, you know? Because of course we paid the life. And we managed to hit the combo. That's nice, that's really good. And we have Voice of Victory, which means that if they have untapped mana, they cannot really prevent it. And here's the missing piece. But we need more turns. Oh no. Oh no, I messed up. That was incredibly high, like huge misplay. I cannot tap the creature yet. So I have to discard this, the untap land. I need to play this, and because of my misplay, our opponent will get a full extra turn. I think it won't change the result, we will still win, but that was a massive misplay. Basically, I should play land last, because I was using 2 mana, so why would I need the third one untapped? And I got punished by drawing a land that actually would be tapped, which is perfect for our turn, basically. So now we need to survive another turn. Right, that's a ton of damage, but I think we can still do it. Because now we save 2 life, that's why this Voice of Victory is so huge. And then we chomp block the biggest creature, and we get another. But now we need to play correctly. Let's go for this. This should give them information. What are we here? What are we doing? And we'll see, we'll see. We need to survive this turn. I really hope they tap for a huge creature, or, you know, something that doesn't trample our face. With Might Caller. Might Caller might be a problem. It might cause some mighty problems for us. Alright, this is exactly what I wanted. Sure, they get some pump, but the only thing that matters is pump that literally kills us on this turn. Everything else is fine. They will use this. Alright, they still have one. Alright, perfection. I was really scared they have a pump spell, then they pump Might, and, you know, Might pumps the Might Caller with trample. But here we know everything. We actually can save Voice of Victory even, right? It's 10, 15 damage. So I block like this, and it's 12 damage, which means I win the game. We block 3, that's the best block. Alright, let's go. And now we need to win the game because, oh boy. And by the way, this is all due to my misplay, because if that was in the board, this turn would not happen. So now, let's go. Let's play Kona first, just to make sure that, you know, we are efficient with the lands. I don't think now it matters, but I learned my lesson, right? Maybe we discard it or something. Omniscience in the battlefield, that should be pretty good. And now let's start hitting the stuff. Honestly, I will just take this. This should make for easiest play. So we go for the free dragon here. We don't target anything for our opponent. We get this, and I mean a whatever. Doesn't matter too much. Now we get basically another selection, but most of all, we get this, which is 7 power, which means we draw quite a lot of cards. So, yep. Now we need to find a way to go for infinite combo. I believe we already have it. So Roxanne. Now we go this guy. We take this one. This one is way cooler than the other one. And now we go Jill. So, we go Roxanne. Oh man, this will be painful. For our opponent, of course. So let's go for this. Now, we can go for Jill. We bounce Mr. Marang. Man, this will be such a slog to play on the ladder. But listen, it gets the job done. It kills instantly. Even though it takes literal forever, but it is an instant kill, which is what matters. So in paper, you just show the combo and your opponent is like, you know, yeah, I'm out. Yep, they are checking if that's infinite. Yep, it is infinite. So we get Marang, and you basically, any creature that can deal damage when entering the battlefield, kinda does the job. Man, I'm talking, I can actually mess it up. Works, but this one is legendary, so it's way better than the other choices in my opinion. I've seen versions with Red Overlord, but then you cannot search it, so you need to draw it naturally. We're going first. This is a nice opening. We have actually the full combo. No way, man. Alright, we go Archive because it doesn't show what colors we have. I don't think we need more lands. We kinda show that we have green, which is a huge tell what we are playing. So I honestly consider just taking this card, literally to conceal what we play. Alright, so we need to get rid of the tap lands. This needs to be turn 4. We go like this. This is a good draw. This is part of, you know, going absolutely crazy with this one. Oh man, are we quick enough? I'm actually, but I'm terrified. Like, if we get a little bit of time, we can completely win this game. But will we? The next turn, we also need to take 2 damage with this. Unless we try to find it in a different way. When I play this, everyone knows what the deck is, but I think it's still worth it, because maybe we find a land that doesn't require us to pay 2 life, and that would be pretty awesome. Alright. I cannot discard this, because then they know 100%. I think stock up needs to be good enough. Yeah, stock up. With this we can always find something. Alright, I want to be sneaky, so I'm discarding cards that are not a huge tell. Like, if our opponent knows the stuff, they should already know what we're playing. Alright, that means we have one more turn. That's huge, that's absolutely huge. Like, this is what we are trying to do. Alright? Pay. Absolutely pay, and thankfully we have, you guessed it, a station. And here you go, everyone's favorite. And now we can play free stuff. Alright, so I believe we go with Jill. I think Jill is the but Roxanne is also nice, but maybe we go with this. Yeah, this should be good. This should be good, because with this we'll do so many cards we should never whiff anymore. Our opponent is tapped, so we don't need another Omniscience. So, this one has 6... Okay, this is good. We need to make sure that it works. This draws 4 cards, unless we play Marang. Let's go Marang. We also bounce everything, which is kinda nice. I mean, you know what? We go for this. Then we get Legendary. Alright. I don't want to mess it up. We have this game, because Dragonstorm bounces itself because we have a dragon. So now we can go this. And we draw a ton of cards, which means that we are not... Well, we kinda whiff, to be honest. But it's fine. It's absolutely fine, because we have all the combo pieces, I believe. Yep. That's how we do it. And now we show our combo. Everyone will scoop, but sometimes you need to show the red card, just so they know how they die. This is a red deck, so I don't expect counter spells. So we just need this to fix mana. Which means we go on human. You are a human. You look very humanish. This also means that they cannot use the turn, and they might have something with haste. So we do not tap. We don't really care about the station. We don't really have artifacts. We have few, but you know, not too many. Honestly, this is going great, because our opponent is busy answering our fodder. So hopefully... they won't answer, but man, this hand has a little bit of a weird feeling to it, you know? Like, I literally drew double combo and that's it. You need something that draws cards, or at least can, you know, start the chain, which is definitely not the archive. Slick shot, so we... Okay. This is a start. I'll take it. I could hit something better, but it's okay. It's something. Do I want to attack with Voice of Victory? They cannot kill us on one turn, I believe. So this is actually good, because it also discourages our opponent from removing this, because it's tapped, so it doesn't matter, right? They can still swing face and be happy about it. So they will probably ignore it, hopefully, which makes our combo a little bit easier. Alright, that's fine. They didn't even go for Slick. I thought this would be land, Slick Shot, and 15 damage or something. Alright, I mean, we're going for the big thing, and hopefully... Like, this needs to hit something really important. I'm not sure if we can do it, but it's a start. And now we can chill with Voice of Victory. Alright, guys, let's be good at Magic. We need to do like Marang or the spacecraft, something like... We are really good at the game. We don't need lands anymore, right? Like, our lands are super overrated right now. Okay, this is nice. Can I make a combo with this? Not really. So I think I just draw 3 cards. This draws 2, this draws more. It also shuffles, so you have more card energy. Perfect. At least one of those cards, because the rest is not... See? That was good. Now I can surveil, which is huge in this situation, because good card from the top is the difference between winning and losing. So that was a really good play to not play a land here. Alright? A lot of cards, and now we are starting to win. Oh, and this should be... Now we can take Jill, right? I think it's Jill, because we still didn't set up the full combo. And our opponent is out. They played 2 lands this game and a creature. And they're out, man. We outraced Monored. Man, Monored against Omniscience. Have you seen this one? This one is interesting. We already have Kona, Voice of Victor. We don't have Omniscience, so that's something we need to, hit at some point. We also don't have Marang. Let's go with the tap land on turn 1, just so we are, getting it out of the way. Voice of Victor can also defend you a little bit, especially against creatures like this. So if they don't have burn, I mean, oh boy. Well, what have I done? Now we will be seeing this forever. So we could go for double white here. We have station, don't forget, so we can do some crazy stuff soon. I think Voice of Victor is best. It also sets up future turns, right? Because with Voice of Victor, they cannot interact with the combo. Helix. That's kind of okay, because that was their whole turn. So, of course, we don't love being, not on the draw, but hit by already 1-drop with some burn support. We are already at half-life, that goes quickly. We could try to go with this and go for Breeding Pool. We could also go for this, but I'm not sure what we really want here. I think we actually go like this. And this takes better card than Dragonstorm, so we will go with this one. It also opens chance for our opponent to, think that maybe it's a removal. Maybe. But of course, going down to 8 already is very rough. Very rough. There is a chance we need to win on the next turn. So let's be good at Magic and draw Omniscience and actually win at Magic. Not yet. I mean, I think we'll just take this. Maybe we can stall one more turn, but I'm not sure, honestly. The Quicken already get it. And this will be 5/5, right? So maybe, you know what, let's go with it. Our opponent is tapped. We won't get better deal than this, probably. So let's tap Kona and get some shenanigans going. This one is a 3/2, doesn't do much. We can put any permanent, so Jill can also be okay, because we bounce this and force them to replay. It's not a bad play, and we still can block. But this one basically ensures that on the next turn we should win. And it's a 5/5, so, okay, it doesn't ensure we win. We kinda whiffed here. We don't need the Verge, and I definitely want a lot of those. This is important, we cannot mess here. I think it's Voice of Victory. There's no chance we'll have time to play, a 2-drop here. Oh man, this will be a hard game. There is a chance we are dead on this turn, and I think the chance is quite high. But at least we can block the biggest creature. But like one Boros Charmer is already nearly lethal. Alright, Hired Crow doesn't impact the board on this turn. So I think it has to be Challenger, right? Even if they go for something strong, like man, we actually need to draw something here. So I think they might, they have 1 mana. Alright. I think this mitigates the most damage. I hope. If we lose this, I'm fine with it. I need to get rid of those creatures. And don't forget we have Kona in the board. Omniscience? No. We can still do stuff. Maybe we just stock up here. In all honesty, this could be good enough. Okay, we are going all in on this, whole Omniscience game plan. And it worked. It worked. We are indeed greatest at Magic. Alright, so I will do it now so I don't forget. We tap Kona. Do we need to attack? I honestly don't think we need to. But we might as well. Shouldn't hurt. Yeah, and we go for the Dragonstorm, just so we get the best selection of cards. Alright, definitely starting town. And I mean, let's swing. For reasons. And now we get Omniscience. And well, now we can go pretty crazy all around. Yep, this will be the permanent for sure. I will go with this one first. And our opponent is out. Alright, I mean, we're going first. We have a little bit of pieces and some defense in the form of Simrip. Voice of Victory is something, but, you know, not something good, really. We need lands. We absolutely need to hit 2 lands from the top, and also we need to find Kona. So we have a lot of work to do. Honestly, this is, like, removing the elves is absolutely Are we mirror? This is mirror. I think they also have Kona combo. Alright, we are taking it up, but if we miss land, it's really bad. This can find Kona, which is super good. Okay, this might be different. You know what, it's a tap land, but at this point I take it, especially that it's a station. I guess we can tap Kona with this. This is good enough combo, but, you know, it's a land, I'll take it. Maybe with this we have a little bit more time, because, like, this is a strong effect, but it's not, like, super high damage, you know? So it's going for a bit of a more control-ish game plan, which gives us more time. Bushwhack. That's good. So they will try to hit a land for the next turn. I don't see black mana, so hopefully no Kaito. Yeah, if there was Kaito, it would be on this turn, right? So, which means that they probably cannot dish too much damage. Let's see what they hit. Honestly, this is a bit of a mess, because they really wanted the counter, probably. Alright, so how do we do it? The ancient question. We could find Kona and try to top deck a land. Or try to play... No, I think this is better. I think this is better. This is a huge tell what we are doing, but I think we have to. With Marang and Dragonstorm, we can get enough, you know, cards to combo. So we just need to go for the combo. They already know everything. Like, okay. If we draw a land, we win the game. Guys, let's channel our best magic abilities, so we can draw untapped land from the top. I wasn't very good at this, huh? That's bad. They are fully tapped, so this was game over for them 100% if we hit a land. But here it might be a bit of a problem. We can crew it a little bit, but it's not amazing. So I can consult the star charts, which is a little bit better here. Giving our opponent full extra turn and untapping the mana, which is scary, because if they run any counter spells, that's bad. Do we need 2 mana on this? I mean, it's something. This is also uncounterable. Alright, I'll take it. This is actually kinda huge. Beast. Now I can go Dragonstorm. We'll see what we'll draw. Man, this will be super close. I don't know what is the build that they're running, so I don't know what to play around exactly. I really hope they tap everything for... Oh man, we might actually die. Okay, this is probably the best play for us. Because... Well, not exactly. Alright, that was close, man. I think they were on the play, so if we were on the play, we would win this one. Well... Or if we hit a land, right? But that's, you know, that happens. Sometimes you just don't draw the cards you need. Well, but this deck usually does not miss, and it seems to be crushing it so far. I will show you the stats that I had, and this version is actually like one of the top versions, and I made one change because there was a card that I didn't fully agree with, but all of that in a second, because first, our absolute legend for today is Seth, our great friend of the channel, and you, my friend, got exactly, potentially, the best combo deck of Standard, and turn 4 Omniscience. Does it sound familiar? So this one is for you, and really thank you for supporting the channel and always being an absolute bro. I hope you enjoyed this one, and this deck is actually a little bit more fun to play than the previous Omniscience. You don't run counter spells. However, a huge difference. You want the stats, huh? Alright, we went 5 wins, 3 losses in a really high Mythic, and we beat like top 50, so it seems to be good. I believe in like bigger stats, it has like 56% win rate, which is super high, and it's right now one of the highest meta decks. There are not too many games, so it might change. This seems to be still fresh, and I will tell you about one difference, because we are running Roxanne, Starfall, Savant, and in the versions I have seen, the most popular ones, everyone is running the Red Overlord. I don't fully agree with this chance. Maybe I'm missing something, alright? But the problem is that you cannot take Overlord with the Seriema because it's not legendary. That's an incredible difference, because then you need to literally draw your win con by just drawing cards, which means you kinda need to go infinite on the card though, because you only have one in the whole deck. However, if you go for Roxanne, I mean, all you need to do is hit one of those fours, and very likely you already have it in the hand, and if you didn't need to, tutor for Kona, you probably have it still in the hand open. So I think this is way better, so, those versions probably are not fully optimized that I have seen, and this should perform a little bit better, and this is actually a nice addition. Like, this is useful because you can keep bouncing it, and you have seen there are a lot of one-offs with Legendary, because all of them can be searched with Seriema, and that's a huge deal. And of course Marang is our enabler, because it's a one card that bounces two cards. This lets you create infinite chains with anything that bounces Marang, because you bounce, thing that bounced Marang and something else. And in this case, something else is Roxanne. We also ran this one. This wasn't showcased. The point is that you can mill two cards, then return a permanent from graveyard to your hand. So if something breaks one of your crucial cards, for example Roxanne, you can always take it back with this one. So it's more of an emergency. And honestly, the fact that you can Voice of Victory with uncounterable Cavern of Souls and then play Kona, and your opponent literally cannot interact with this combo, honestly, it's kinda busted. And even you can say, well, just run Demolition Fields. Nope, you have seen in the first game, if they have Demolition Field, and you know how to play Magic, and you just don't play it before the final turn, they cannot interact with this at all. There's nothing they can do. Probably, I guess there may be something, but generally counter spells do not work, and removal doesn't work, because the moment Voice of Victory drops, your opponent cannot cast removal for the rest of the turn, which means that Kona is safe. So this synergy between those three cards kinda makes combo unbreakable, even against decks that run full control package. So that's kinda wild and a little bit scary, to be absolutely honest, but we will see how it goes. And it's also not using a graveyard, because you put it from your hand, which means that anti-reanimation cards like Lantern and cease and desist usual answers do not matter at all. And you won't be able to remove Omniscience, because they win the game instantly with this combo, so you don't have the next turn, and during this turn you cannot cast spells because of Voice of Victory. So honestly, this card kinda takes the deck to another level in a way that the old Omniscience wasn't there. So I'm kinda curious to see how it goes in the future, and that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed seeing Omniscience again. Thank you to all the patrons that are relentlessly supporting this channel. You guys are absolute stars for me and heroes, so thank you for your support. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and see you guys tomorrow.